Just wanted to make a quick video on Blade and Sorcery, mainly just to make a video. And I just want to show some of the mods that I found and that I've been playing with and that I like. So let's go in here. Basically, one of the mods that came out was to create like this Christmas festive scene, which eventually I'm going to remember to remove because Christmas is way over. But we now have a bunch of different swords and weapons that are now in here, which is great because when I first started playing the updated version of Nomad, it took all of that out and you just had the basic weaponry that, let's be honest, it kind of sucks. But now they have these modded ones, and if you're playing sandbox mode like I am, you have access to all of them. But if you actually want to play the storyline, I guess, then you actually have to buy them. So you don't just have them, you actually have to buy them, and some of them are really expensive, but a lot of different stuff here. We'll check that out when we go into one of these places. And also we have a bunch of different arenas that they have created. Some of them are better than others, I will say that much. We'll check all that out real quick. We'll probably just jump from one to the other just so you can get a quick look, and then we'll look at the weapons and all this other stuff. So first one, we'll just go randomly, I guess. This is the inside of a spaceship, and it doesn't go very far. That's pretty much it, is this. That door is closed, you can't get past it. It's very dark in here as well. I do want to mention something real quick that I figured out. One of the things I was having a problem with the Quest 3, because this is the Quest 3 now, is that when I was walking through dark corridors, contrast would be all of a sudden really high, and then all of a sudden it would disappear. I would be able to see a little wall, and then all of a sudden it would disappear if I turned my head a certain way. And it was pissing me off because I thought there was something wrong with the headset. Turns out it's actually not the headset. So if we go real quick into settings, if you go into advanced, we want to go here. You see content adaptive brightness control. Notice it's off. Why? Because when it's on, it doesn't look good. It just doesn't. I don't know. It's supposed to improve, make it truer blacks, but it doesn't, as far as I'm concerned. Right now, when I turn my head, everything stays consistent. When I had that option activated, if I turn my head, just some things would be dark, and then all of a sudden they'd shift and you wouldn't be able to see it as dark. You would see it like if it was just too much contrast, or if it was just overblown or something. It just looks shitty. What I've learned is it doesn't actually get picked up on the video recording. It's just something you see in the headset. But I just wanted to get that out of the way. If you are playing with Quest 3 and you're noticing the same thing and you don't know what it is, it's probably that. So check and see if it's on. If it's on, turn it off. Back to this little space station here. That looks like you could go through there, but this is what happens when you go through. It just teleports you right back here. So that's this space station. It's very small. It looks pretty though, but that's about it. Let's go somewhere else. Alright, so that was Space Station Corridor. Now we're just gonna check out the subway, and we're in a subway. And I don't know what subway this is supposed to be. I'm guessing Eastern Europe somewhere, because I don't know how to read any of that. But if you ignore the actual subway car and the weird lettering, you could confuse this for a New York City subway. You could. I mean, you know, it's not perfect, but kind of there. I don't know if you heard that, but a subway car actually went by. Went by so fast that I didn't get a chance to turn and see it. It comes by every so often. Let's come over here so we can see it. It comes from that direction, goes that way. And it doesn't seem to care that there's a plank there. Just kind of goes right through it. And it kind of passes through every couple of minutes, which means when you actually do an actual battle, you could time it and throw somebody in front of it, and they kind of just vaporize. There it is. And there it goes. It's a weird looking train, I'll say that much. Let's spawn somebody. Alright, we'll give it a few minutes. Let's just look around real quick. None of these doors you can access. You can't get through them, unfortunately. I believe you can only go so far into that. Oh, actually, yeah. Things are getting kind of screwy. You can only go so far in there, and then you just hit like an invisible wall. But aside from that, it's a neat little arena you can play in. And That's what happens. They just turn into mush. Now, if you're wondering why they're all in pieces like that, that's another mod, which I'll show you now as well. If we go into here, you can see I got a bunch of mods. The one I'm currently talking about is Dismemberment. It allows you to do two different things, actually. You can adjust the NPC health. You can make them weaker, you can make them stronger, you can make them almost invincible. And then the actual dismemberment part. You can make survivable dismemberment. There goes that train again. That thing scares the shit out of me every time it goes by like that and I'm close to it. I don't know if I'll actually die if that hits me when I'm supposedly invincible. Haven't tried it out, and I'm not gonna. But if you make it survivable, that means you could pretty much chop them up as long as you don't cut off their head, and they'll just stay alive. We'll probably show that. Immobilize means that once you actually chop off a leg, they pretty much just fall to the ground. If you have that disabled, then they actually hover around. If you chop off both their legs, they'll just hover around. We'll look at that. Extra dismemberments. Extra dismemberments mean you can really just chop them up. That's what you saw when they got hit by the train there. So you can cut off the hands, you can cut them off at the elbow, you can cut them off at the shoulder, you can cut off the foot, at the ankle. Basically, wherever there's a joint, you can cut it off and it'll just kind of fall off. You can actually cut them across their torso. We're going to show that in a bit. Which I don't know why they didn't have that before, but it's there. And you can make it so that it's fatal when you cut them at the torso or not, which means basically their upper torso falls down and their legs keep chasing you. It's kind of funny. Drop on dismemberment means when you actually chop off a hand, they drop their weapons. That's pretty much it. Eyes close on death, so when you actually kill them, they close their eyes. You can play with that as well. I had one which I think they took out, because I don't know what happened to it, but it was brutal. Like if you punch them in the face, they just start bleeding out of their eyes, their ears, their mouth. It was brutal. I don't know what happened to it. I think it was removed. Let's go through here first, and then we will check out another arena environment. You can actually fight inside the subway. This does not look like any subway I've ever been in, at least not in like New York, because that's pretty much the only subway system I've ever been in. It's a lot cleaner, and that's as far as you can go. So you can't go beyond that. Let's go check out another environment. There are other modded environments that you can actually go to. I don't have them installed because they kind of screwed everything up. That was when I was using on the Quest 2. On the Quest 2, a lot of these were causing the game to just crash. I have not tried on the Quest 3 yet. I'm gonna have to go back and start looking through, because they did have one environment that was it was massive. It was like a castle. May or may not still be there, I don't really know. But this one's also massive and seems to work pretty decent. So we'll check that one out now. Apparently, if you are a big Star Wars fan, you would recognize this. I am not a huge Star Wars fan. I've seen some of the movies, I've played some of the games, but this doesn't do anything for me. That over there is recognizable. We'll go check that on in a second. But you've got some pretty big corridors here. Like you can actually go, I mean, this is, like I said, it's pretty big. It's gonna take me a while to get over there. You can actually go all the way over there. I'm not gonna go because it's gonna take too long. But this is a massive arena, and my character, which I made just for this video, has everything unlocked, and I feel like I don't know how to use it. We're just gonna move around. This is supposed to be people play like Star Wars, I guess. I don't know. But it's also kind of empty. You have this massive arena, but it's very empty. Where does this go? I don't think I've been down this corridor. I don't know why my character is stomping so hard. What the hell? Where am I? Oh. Huh. Well, that's interesting. I don't know if that's accurate to wherever this is from, whatever movie this is from. I think this is the one with Darth Maul. I don't know which one that is. I'll be honest with you. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of Star Wars. I know of it. I enjoyed some of it, but I'm not to the point where I can tell you, yeah, this is perfectly accurate or not. But I do remember the scene where was it Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon, whatever the hell his name is, are fighting Darth Maul, and you have that over there where the little laser field kind of separated them before this guy got his ass handed to him, and that's supposed to be over there. So let's just run on over. Actually, let's kind of do one of these because I don't have the patience for this shit. Huge corridor, just huge arena in general. You can actually go all the way down there, which is crazy. There are platforms down there, and it's huge, just massive. But I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna want to go over here. Now, these are just sadly for show, because it's not a wall. You just phase right through it, and then just kind of walk right through. Is what it is. But this is pretty much the area. Now, again, I don't remember if this is exactly how it looked. I mean, it didn't look cartoony like this, I know that much. But it's really far down there. I'm not going to jump down there because it's going to take me forever to get back up. But you can go all the way down there, and there is a floor. Now, alright, let's spawn somebody. Might also help if I had a weapon. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay, she's still over there. They also put this up. And I don't know if this is standard height for this. I am a short person, so having to kind of reach up and tiptoe doesn't make me feel good. Let's just say that. But that's so annoying. Oh, I could do that. Yeah, I could lift myself up. Okay, that's embarrassing. But let's do some stuff here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show all the different swords. I mean, I could do it this way. So this is a bunch of stuff. It says V's daggers. I don't know what V stands for. I'll be honest with you. I kind of went crazy and I saw, oh, weapon mods. Let's just download them. I don't care what they're from. But this is what they look like. Not going to show all of them. And you got these things. Not a big fan of them. They don't really look that great. I mean, that one's kind of cool, but no. Okay. Kind of nice. Okay. Alright. They kind of lose their charm after a while. This I haven't tried because I'm afraid it's going to fuck up the game, but apparently you can wear this and become Ichigo. Haven't tried it, don't know if it works. I do know that there was a mod, which I may or may not have removed, I can't remember, but it didn't work. It was called Modern something or other, where it gives you modern clothing, modern weapons. The weapons worked. They were shit, but they worked. The clothing, you can spawn it, but you couldn't put it on. I don't know what I was doing wrong, but it didn't work. So I probably took that out, which probably means this might not work either. Maybe there was something else I was supposed to download. I don't know. And then you have this. This is what I was actually pretty excited for. You just have a bunch of katanas, which is great. Different types. They look, some are thicker, some are thinner. They just look cool. I'm not going to go through all of them, though. You got the bleach weapons, which are ridiculous, as you can see. They are pretty ridiculous. This one's new to me. This looks kind of ridiculous as well. I know this one. That's as far as I've gotten in the anime, was him making these. Well, basically, that's what they're supposed to look like. And you got some of this stuff, which I don't know what it's from either. I think it's could be Game of Thrones. I've never seen the show, so I don't know. They're kind of nice looking though, as you can see. We'll play around with some of those later. Let's see, anything here in the exotic. I mean, look at all of this stuff. We got this here. It looks cool. It's different. Doesn't work so great in my opinion. This may or may not be from some show. I don't really know. But we do have Kratos's weapons. They don't work really well. They have different ones. Some of them have fire, but they don't really work well, unfortunately. Another katana here. This one's kind of nice. This one was actually in the Baron's store, and I actually purchased it with my other character. But none of the other katanas are available yet. And I don't know if it's just that they're just not going to be available to purchase in the store, or if because I have so many different weapons, it just doesn't show up yet. So I may have to start turning some of these mods off so that I can see some of these weapons in the store. I don't know if those are going to show up in there. But you have these different ones. This one has shown up. This one has shown up. Spears. So for some strange reason, nobody's making spear mods. And the previous version of this, someone or multiple someones made so many different spears, and they were so good. The weapons were so good, and they're all gone now. I mean, some of them are coming back, but I really did like the spears, and I don't like any of these spears. This one is sort of okay, but they had a better one previously, and I'm just mad about that. I am. What else we got? We got a bunch of axes. This is, I think, Kratos' axe in that new game, which I haven't played because I don't have the system for it. And we got some other stuff. Again, just a bunch of modded stuff. If you have the game, check out the mods. They're pretty cool. They don't always work very well, but they do have some nice stuff. This one's actually pretty nice. This one I was actually able to buy in the store. And this is one of the more recent ones. And when it comes to Dismemberment, it's pretty good. We're gonna hold off on looking at any more. I mean, again, there's just a ton of them. I don't have time to look at all of them. But we're going to use some of these to play around over there. So who's probably a good... Probably you. The rest of you guys can hang out here. Okay, my dear. I'll be there in a moment. Damn, I am flying. That might be something that you unlock. Look at the size of these swords, man. My character, because it's the same height as me in real life, is also kind of small. One more mod that I think is genius, and I don't know why it wasn't already done by the developers of the game. There's a mod where these people are different heights. Otherwise, they're all the same height. Now, when you install that mod, you have some that are taller than her, you have some that are shorter than her, which means you have people that are taller than you, some that are smaller than you, and it just adds variety to it. Let's see if we can chop her up. I may have to put easy dismemberment on. Did I turn any of the cheats? I did not turn any of the cheats on, so this bitch could kill me, actually. Well, not now. Alright, let's just go full god mode. Not that I might use this. Okay, easy dismember. She just killed herself. And she's gone. Okay. Let's spawn a bunch of them, see if we can showcase the height. Yeah, you can see she's taller than her, she's taller than her, she's the shortest one so far. Let's see if we got anyone shorter than that. All right, look at that. You see, they all kind of look the same though, but they're all different heights. I mean, that seems to be the popular haircut. But easy dismemberment is gonna allow me to, well, I think they'll die immediately. Well, there you go. So she's not dead, even though she's cut in half. And she's still not dead. As I said, kind of creepy. Now, what I was saying was about the blood thing. The anticipation is killing me. There was a mod where, I mean, you would do this and then it was just like a fountain of blood coming out. That seems to be gone. And even the mod where, you see, like, she's not bleeding from the eyes and the mouth and the nose. So I don't know what happened. I think they took that mod out. Or maybe I took it out. I don't know. But yeah. In this current configuration, the only thing that kills them is cutting off their head. See how she's still not dead yet? Okay, I think she's dead now. So you can... see if I can do this. Don't, you're gonna fall. You're gonna fall. There we go. See, you could cut off the ankles. You can try to, let's see. Oh, hold on. See, you could cut off their hand. So hands, feet. Let's see. At the knees. Hold on, sweetie. Let me. Oh, well, I didn't get the elbow, but at the shoulder. Okay, there we go. Elbow, and of course the torso, and of course the head. So yeah, you can have a lot more fun with these mods. I didn't test this one out. Will this one work? Let's see. Hold on, sweetie. Well, that's disappointing. As I said, some of these they look cool, but they're actually not that functional. What the hell is happening here? And yeah, it can kind of glitch out a little bit. Look at this craziness. Ow! This is... I'm gonna keep you for a little bit. That is a fucking nightmare. Kratos' weapon. So this one has fire now. Although it's not really looking so hot. Now, the one thing I wanted to test is this. Does it work? I mean, it kind of does. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if I can chop her leg. I mean, with easy dismemberment, yeah. You can. Oh, my game's glitching. But it ain't that great. Let's spawn a couple more. What? That's another mod, which I forgot that I installed. It's a voice pack, and it's as close to the original one as I could find. The original was great. I mean, if you want to be a psychopath, you would install that mod, and when they die, it fucks with your head, because they scream, they gurgle, it's horrible. That one's gone, and now you have this one where they do kind of scream and do weird shit and say weird shit when they die, but they also just randomly say weird stuff. But it's just, you know, more options. This is not really working too well. As I said, they look cool, but they're not always functional. Do I have a katana? Oh, I do. I think the katanas are the best so far. In game, I mean. Where am I going? Am I going over here? No. Am I going over here? No. Over here? Yeah. Here? No. 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 I was going there. And, yeah. Yeah.
But again.
See, that was another thing that she says. Okay, let's go back home. So those are the arenas that they have. Not all of them, as I said. I'm gonna go back and check and see if the ones that I had originally tried that didn't work on the Quest 2, if they can work on this. As I said, this is just some of the katanas from that pack, that mod pack. I think they look really nice, actually, especially that one. Also, one of the other parts of the little holiday mod is that it could snow, pretty much. That's about it. So, anything else? The range stuff, I do know that they have guns available. The guns, for at least on Quest 2, would not work. You would pull the trigger and the game would crash. I haven't tried them here because I don't know if it's going to work. If it does, I'll make another video and I'll showcase just that. Now, in the actual game, the story mode, you have to buy them. So they don't just, you can't just spawn them, you know, because you have them. You actually have to go and buy them. Some of them are ridiculously priced, some of them are more affordable. And you'll notice that they do have attributes to them. They do have, like, it's a tier 4, tier 5. See this one right here. Let's do this one. This is a tier 5, which means it should be better than all the other ones. And yeah, as you can see, it's maxed out, completely maxed out. I have yet to see this in the store. Maybe it's just not available because it's tier 5, or maybe it's because I just have to play longer and boost up my stats. I don't really know, I'll be honest with you. But I haven't seen any of these. The only katana that's available in the store that I've seen so far is this one, which is only ranked as a tier 2. You know, the Dismemberment's pretty good, but everything else is so-so. It's still pretty good, actually. I think it looks nice too. But aside from the sandbox, I don't think these are available, or at the very least, you're gonna have to do some extra stuff for them to be available, from what I've seen. Now I'm gonna play around with it and try to kind of delete some of these mods so that the probability of these showing up in the store is much higher. And if they don't show up, then that's probably the reason, that they just won't show up, or I'm not a high enough level. I'll update that later. This is really nice, this one. What tier is this? Tier 4. See, it doesn't have all the stats. Only the tier 5s have everything. Notice it's not that expensive either. That's pretty, I like it. And with my main profile, with the character that I have that's actually not sandbox, I was able to purchase that. I didn't get a chance to test it out though, because I'll be honest with you, I don't play Blade and Sorcery for the blades, at least not the main storyline. I played for the sorcery because, you know, I'm actually trying to get something accomplished there. When I'm just dicking around in the sandbox mode, yeah, then I'll play with the swords, and I rarely play with this. These are some other mods, not all of the spell mods that are available, but I do like the flame one. This was actually an old mod that was from the previous version, and for some reason it still works. Most of the other mods are gone now because they just didn't transfer over. So that is, so far, at least what I've seen, that works in Blade and Sorcery. Now, of course, they're always coming out with new stuff. If this is of interest to you, let me know, leave a comment, and maybe I'll come back and check it out every time there's a new mod. I'll do a quick video about it. But regardless, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. And with any luck, I will see you in the next video. And until then, take care.